You're listening to Real Estate Coffee Talk. I'm your host, Sarah Hilton, and this is your weekly live coffee date with the who's who from every corner of the real estate industry. Every week, we're spotlighting stories that inspire and tips that empower. So whether you're new to the game or a seasoned pro, there's something for everyone. Now grab your mug and let's get into it. All right, Rebecca, welcome to Real Estate Coffee Talk.
Thank you. I got my
Cheers.
I got my coffee.
What do you got in there? Yours looks better than mine.
It's an espresso double shot with some heavy cream and a little bit of Chobani creamer.
Okay. I
Yeah.
need to step it up. I have an espresso maker. I go through these things where I'm like, ooh, I'm super into like cappuccinos and stuff. And then I'm like, now I just want regular black coffee because after a while, like the milk makes me gag.
Yeah.
But now there's another girl that makes iced like shaken espressos and she keeps posting about them. And I was like, girl, I need to ride that train.
Yeah. No,
soon.
I'm still not on my hot coffee kick yet. I'm in Florida.
Well,
so
it's still hot where you are, right?
Yeah. Today is our first cold day of the season. So I was like, you know what? I'm still gonna drink my
Yeah.
little cold coffee.
I love it. And you know what? I mean, we're going to talk about this soon, but I've been really studying lately, like who I connect with online and like what makes you connect with people, right?
Mhm.
And it's so funny. Like now, certain random things you do throughout videos end up becoming your brand. Like for me, even when I was practicing real estate full time, or even on this page, sometimes I have an obsession with Bustelo coffee. Okay, yeah, okay, good. I figured you were Hispanic. Okay,
Yeah.
so Bustelo is life, and so I post about it so much that people will tag me in random things. And I feel like I always love when you get on video and you're like, you're making a little coffee, you stir it, and then you're like,
It literally
what?
gives me life.
Yeah.
Seriously? I don't know. And first of all, Bustelo is like liquid cocaine. Like, I don't
Yes.
understand how they can still sell it in stores, because I had to cut back on my Bustelo because I was literally like throughout the day just like, and I already
My
have
husband can't
ADHD.
understand it. Oh, me too. That's probably
So
why.
yeah, so I'm on Bustelo and I'm like, my ADHD is kicking in and like I am just crazy,
I
like
always say
psychotic.
you can see noises
Yes,
because it's
yes, that's
well,
a real
listen,
thing.
I've been on it since like when I was little. I used to come home from school and my grandmother used to give me a little pot of coffee, right? So my husband cannot understand how I drink it black with no sugar at
Yeah,
like 10 o'clock at night and I go straight to sleep. I'm like,
yeah,
good
no,
night.
because you fully have ADHD.
Yeah, it's just in me. I'm like,
We're
this
psychotic.
is terrible. That's what it is. We're just crazy. Oh my God. Okay. Well, we could be here all day talking about that, but I'm so excited to talk to you today. So I'm gonna give you a little bio and then I want to hear from you. But
Okay.
Rebecca Barrett is a content editing strategist who's helped thousands of creators master scroll stopping edits. Be loud and proud, girl. She built so she's not in real estate, lucky for her. She's built a 6-figure business teaching like signature editing, stopping the scroll type of content. Today we're going to talk about, and she's landed brand deals, which I love
Yes.
this, with companies like Meta, CapCut, Filmora. So you're just everywhere. So why I wanted to have her back on is I really want to talk about getting real estate videos that pop, because I think that the original sin of realtors is they get on and they say, hi, my name is Sarah Hilton with the eXp Realty. And then they go into their thing. And
Yeah.
we want to get them away from that. So before we jump into that, tell us a little bit about you. How did life lead you into what you're doing now?
Yeah. So I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur for over a decade. I had 2 venture-backed businesses while I lived in New York. One got sold off, and then I used the funds to fund my second one, which failed during COVID. So that was fun. After that, I turned to YouTube and I made over, like, I think I have like hundreds of videos, like long form videos that I created for YouTube. I have over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. So I learned how to edit because I was making YouTube videos and I wanted to learn how to stand out on YouTube. So when I kind of slowed down on my YouTube because I had a baby, you know what happens when you have a baby, your brain
Yes.
goes crazy.
Right.
And then I found the digital marketing space, and I say it in air quotes
Yeah.
if you're not watching this.
Yeah. Was this the
And
MRR
yes,
stuff?
the whole
Yeah.
MRR, selling
Yeah. Got
courses,
it.
reselling courses, affiliate
Mhm.
marketing, all that stuff. So
Yeah.
I stumbled onto that space and I was having some success in the space just by doing what everyone else was doing. But I realized that I had a superpower. I'm like, my whole thing is I love to edit. Like, why am I not utilizing a skill that I work so hard to do for my YouTube? Why am I just going the lazy route and doing what everyone else is doing? So I started
Right.
testing out the waters of, doing these effects. And it just started, it started with like these little things. And then I got progressively better. And I guess like the more you put into it, it's a shocking thing. The
Yes.
more time you put into it, the better
Amazing
you
how
get.
math works.
Yes,
Yes. And
just
it's always
time.
the most random. So I know I found you, I think like probably a lot of people found you. You had done one where you're standing like in a room and against the wall, and I'll link the video in
Mhm.
the show notes, but you're
Yeah.
standing and against the wall, you're scrolling through your Instagram feed. And I was like, how the
Yeah.
hell? It grabs your attention right away. And it's sometimes I'm sure you had other really cool ones, but sometimes it's the most random things that go viral, right?
Yeah,
So
it was funny because that video do I one of those videos where you're just like, "Ugh, I'll just post it." Like, it's not even that I thought it wasn't even that great, and
all
I
the time.
posted it, and it hit over 1,000,000 views, and then I posted it again and it hit I think it's at, like, 500,000 views, 500,000 views on
It's
that one,
crazy.
and I just keep reposting it sometimes because 'cause I'm like, "It's the one that started
Hell
it
yeah.
all for my, for
Right. And
my
it
editing
works
career."
every
And it
time.
works, and it does
Yeah.
really, really well. But
Yeah.
I started catching the attention of other creators in the space, the other creators in the MRR space specifically. So I started editing for them, and then she's my friend, but she was like my mentor, like friend at the time, and she was like, "Can you please just create an editing course within my course?" And that was the start of me creating my own editing courses. It's like what set me off on that journey because I never thought I could create a course, have something of my own, and that kind of set everything off. And then after that, it went cuckoo bananas, and I was just rolling in money from that
What
point
a
on,
what
which
a
is crazy
problem.
because
What a
it's
problem to
funny
have.
because now my story is like, with all of the changes happening in social media and
Yeah.
marketing and all that stuff, that course that went on this like huge trajectory is also the thing that has gotten me to a place where I'm rebuilding my whole entire brand as we speak. So it's a
Yes.
very exciting yet humbling experience to go through.
Well, listen, it's actually now that I'm putting it together, and this isn't why I wanted you on, but actually, real estate, much the same, right?
Mhm.
People were riding a high like 2020, 2021, 2022. I mean, everyone but buyer's agents was pretty much having the time of their life. Like, I mean, they were just making money hand over fist. And now a lot of realtors, I don't know, I was in a sales meeting with one of my clients and they said that I think like less than 30% of realtors had sold one house. I mean, so it's a lot of people are in this same kind of transition that you're in, right? But we're going to get to that. So I want to talk about what makes, in your opinion, what makes an edit or a transition or anything I do, what makes it stand out in the feed?
Yeah, so it's really interesting because I was kind of going back and forth with this question because it's very I don't want to be like it's this one thing and if you just do this one thing you're going to pop
Yeah.
off because it's not true, right? It's
Yeah.
very nuanced and it's all trial and error. And I think that the more creative and the more you put yourself out there and try different styles and try different things, you'll find something that sticks and that resonates with you and your customers and your viewers. Now, for me
Right.
personally, what I tend to gravitate towards is text hooks or like
Yeah.
text animations. And the reason why I love them so much is because when you are on Instagram, right, or TikTok, you your brain is wired to think that everything you see on these platforms is like organic to the platform, meaning like if the text on screen is like above your head, you don't expect it to move up and down. You don't expect it to like go from side to side or fly in or fly out and things like that. So
Right.
I love those types of effects or things that like break that attention span. So, like, I've had videos where you'll see my face and then I will like scroll up and it's like me editing the scroll up, right, to another clip. And it
Right.
makes people think that they scrolled. Like, it
Right. And they're
tricks your
like,
brain to thinking, like, okay, now I
the
gotta watch
sickness.
this. Now I gotta figure this out, like this
Right.
puzzle out, you know? And it's
Right.
the same thing with like pop-ups on screen, like if you ever had like a battery pop-up or like an animation of a battery, people think that that's happening to their phone, so
Right.
they
Right.
stay because they're so enamored by the fact that these things that your brain is not registering is it's not you doing the motion, it's the actual video creating those animations. And
Right.
so that's what I really love. I love those types of videos, and those are the ones that stop my scroll when I'm in feed because I watch a lot of content. Like, I have to watch a lot of content. I'm
Totally. Me
like a
too.
I'm
I
like
tell my
a
husband that I'm like, I'm
chronic
researching.
yes.
Relax.
I'm chronically online, which is horrible, but it's like
Uh,
I tell my husband too, I'm like, "It's my job. Like, I need to be
exactly.
on the edge of
Totally.
all this stuff."
Well, and I love that because it's just exactly what you said. You're starting to notice what makes you stop. And I tell people this all the time, like the way I talk to someone or the way I message and the way somebody else messages, they're going to be different. They're going to be attracting different audiences. So I love what you said about like it is very nuanced, right? But
Yeah.
once but also humans' brains are the same. So it is really good when I know cuz you're a marketer, so you probably see like marketing everywhere, right? But
Yeah.
if you just start like being on top of okay when you're just doom scrolling what is actually stopping your eyes, you'll learn so much about what works in marketing,
Yes,
what you're
I
attracting
tell
to and
that
all
to
that.
my students all the time. I say, at least spend like 20-30 minutes doom scrolling, and I say it in air
Yeah.
quotes, doom scrolling, and then see what stops your scroll, right?
Yeah.
Save that video. What was it? Was it the hook? Was it the text hook? Was it the verbal hook? Was it an animation that made you stop? Was it like, what was it that in that video made you stop and think, huh, I could watch this entire video, or at least I could watch the
Totally.
majority of this video. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so
you
that
posted
is an
one. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, that's an exercise that you can do, especially like and I wanna challenge realtors specifically because it's so easy to, like, get caught up in your own space and in your own niche. I would start a completely other account or, like, go to TikTok and see what's going on over there. Go to Shorts and see what's going on over there in a different niche, because I think what happens a lot is that because you're seeing the same types of videos, you automatically assume one, it's oversaturated, or two, that like I'm just gonna do the same exact video because that's what everyone else is doing, right? Because
Yeah.
it's working. No, like trends die as fast as they come, you know? The idea is you want to capture the person's attention in the first 2 to 3 seconds of a video.
Right.
Whatever that looks like, whether it's you talking on screen, whether it's a text that pops in, whatever it may be, you want to figure out and isolate what that is and then double down on that, right? And that's what
Yeah.
I tell people, look at other industries, look at other niches. How are they bringing in people? How are the makeup gurus doing it? How are
Yeah.
the dentists doing it? How are
Yeah.
pressure washers doing it?
Law firms.
Look
Yeah.
at different industries to see what they're doing and why you stopped to watch that particular video in that time, you know?
Right. You posted one. I don't know if you posted it yesterday, but it came across my screen yesterday, and it was like a very and this I'm saying this in a good way. It was a very chaotic series of edits. Because I'm conscious, like, what makes me sit there and watch, I watched the whole thing because I was like, your brain is almost like, what's gonna happen next? Like, she's
Yeah.
falling into the floor and, like, random stuff that it was like it held your attention because it was like every 2 seconds there was another edit happening, and
Yeah.
those views are really good because, people I think sometimes are like, "Well, the views don't lead to business," let's say from a real estate perspective. But what they do is these kinda edits that we're talking about, they get the views, then Instagram says, "Okay, Sarah was watching Rebecca's content, she must find it valuable, let's show more of it." And every single video doesn't have to be an edit, but
Yeah.
those are the ones that are really good for, like, growing your reach, and then they're
Yes.
being hit with other stuff.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
like for me, I focus on edits all the time because that's my niche. That's where
Yeah.
I'm at. That's what I
Right.
teach, right? If you're in real estate and you're like, well, I can't add an effect every single video, that's okay.
Yeah.
You don't need to add effects in all the videos. It's the 80/20 rule applies to everything in life, right? Like if
Right.
even if 20% of your videos have those edits, but those 20% make up 80% of your views and all that other stuff, you're
Total
winning, right? It doesn't matter what the rest of your videos are doing because that 20% of like these highly edited videos are reeling in all your viewers and it's getting more people interested in your page, on your content, on what you sell, on what you're talking about, and that's so important. And to go back to what you said about it just kept like, it just kept, like, it kept me watching because every 3 to 5 seconds, something happened. That's on purpose, right?
Yeah.
Like, I cut my videos, and I have a certain amount of pace that I like to keep in my videos that is so important for editing. Pace and, like, what I mean by pace is, like, the cadence of your video, like, if it's not moving fast enough or if it's not telling the story and, like, keeping people hooked in the story, they're falling off, they don't care. I
Yeah.
watched some videos where it's like, that could have gone so viral if they had just cut it down to, like, 10 seconds
Oh my
or
gosh,
15
yes, when
seconds
they
or, like,
drag
it
stuff
went
out.
too long.
Right, right.
Like, shut up, you
I
know?
even try to do that with, like, clients that have, like, their home tour videos, and, a lot of these home tour videos are coming from a regular schmegular videographer. It's taking like a walkthrough. But that necessarily, like, no one wants to sit there for a minute and a half and watch. It just won't keep their attention. So we either have to like speed it up. Sometimes I'll speed it up to like 7. So you're like dizzy
Yeah,
watching it, or using, which I need to do your edits, right? You need something like that that's going to constantly change to be like, oh my God, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen
yeah.
next? Yeah.
There I think that, like, if you have let's talk about the home tour videos because, that's something that is a very okay, let me say this in the nicest way.
No, no, you can't hurt my feelings.
It's a
Our
very
feelings.
like, you are trying to take a long form video and you're trying to crash it into a very short form
Short form
content
platform.
format, right?
Right.
If you don't take the highlights of that long form tour that's beautifully edited and maybe that lives on the website, right?
Yeah.
If you don't take that video and reduce it down to like max 20 seconds, something in
Yeah.
that realm of 20 to 30 seconds, you're losing that client because no one wants to watch. They're like, what the hell am I watching? Like, this is so
Right.
boring. You
And
want
if
to
they
take
do,
the
they're going to
best
be on a
cut.
different platform for that. They're going to
Yes,
watch long home tours maybe on Zillow, but that's not what they're doing on
exactly.
Instagram, TikTok. Yeah.
Here's the thing is like you're using your Instagram to get them onto Zillow, to get them to your website, to get them somewhere else, right? Or like even if your short form content leads them to a many chat automation where it sends them the long form video of the tour, which is amazing. Like you can
Yeah.
connect these things together through automations, right? And I think that we have to really think, sorry, I know
Speaking my language.
that's like a whole other
No,
episode of like
oh no, I
automation.
know. It's a whole nother thing, but oh God, it's like automation makes me
Yeah.
shiver. I love
No,
it. Go
because
ahead.
it's true. Like
Yeah.
you have to think about like when you're a realtor, you were originally a realtor. That was your original job. Now you're a marketer and a realtor at the same time. I tell my husband,
Right.
you're a pressure washer and a marketer at the same time. Like, how are you
Yes.
going to get business if you don't show people what you do? If you don't like get their attention right away? And I think that a lot of people get stuck in the sense of like, I've been doing this for 30 plus years, 20 plus years, and it used to be like this and it used to be
Right.
like that. And I get that, sweetie. Like, that's
Yeah.
amazing. That's so cool that you have been in this business for such a long time. But now we
Yeah.
have AI. Now we have all these other platforms and tools and
You
editing
gotta
software
adapt.
that allows one for cheaper production. You don't have to keep so many people, like you don't have to have all these photographers, you don't have to have like video. You can do all of this stuff with AI now just by plugging
Yes.
in two photos and
Right.
giving it a prompt, you
Yeah.
know? So like we have to get out of this mindset of like, I'm a realtor. This is how I've been doing it to this is the new way people are marketing houses to people, you
Yeah.
know?
And if you're a realtor, you almost primarily, especially in this climate, have to be a marketer first. It is what it is. Like, like the great thing is now you don't have to door knock and walk around with a phone book and a map and all the stuff you used to have to do a long time
Yeah.
ago. It's much easier to get the leads. And I think I tell people this all the time, like the playing field has been evened out a lot because you can do so much for free now.
Yes.
It's going to take some time and stuff like that. So, okay. Ooh, we could talk about this. Okay. So I think one question I think realtors are going to ask, and sorry, I'm going off script here,
No,
is
it's okay.
do I have to be like, this sounds very techy. Do I have to be tech savvy to get this going?
Not at all. You know what's really interesting is that especially like in my course, and I'll talk
Yeah.
about that later, but my editing course, I have the majority are like senior citizens that like bought into my course and they're like 50 plus, okay?
Yeah.
And they're crushing it in
I'm going to
different
tell my
fields.
husband you said that to senior citizen because he just turned
Sorry. No,
50.
no, 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 no. No, no,
No,
no.
I
I
love
didn't
it. I always make fun of him. No, I make fun of him all the time because I'm like 7 years younger. He brought reading sunglasses to my son's baseball game the other day. I was like, I'm married to an old person. That's weird. Sorry, go
I
ahead.
am so sorry that that offended
I,
anyone.
I
It's
love it.
not that,
No,
but
keep
it's like
going.
if you're I have a bunch, let's just say I have a bunch of 50 plus people
Yeah.
that are in my course crushing it in different niches. I have one that does like a photo booth business, another one that does affiliate marketing, another one that's like a painter and whatever, like a hairstylist.
Right.
It doesn't really matter. The idea is like you can learn anything if you just put a little bit of time into it. And for me personally, like the way that I teach is very step by step. I hand hold you through the entire process. And once you start learning the skills, like there's technically four. There's four things that you really have to learn with editing. You need to learn how maybe more than that, but you need to learn how to mask, which is taking stuff in and out. I have a whole module on it. You
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to learn how to keyframe, which is bringing stuff in and like placing it on your screen. You can like animate a lot of things with that. You have to learn how to layer your your images or your videos on top of each other so that it makes sense. And you have to learn how to background remove. There's so many things that are already pre-built into these platforms, into this
Right.
software that makes it so much easier. And with the introduction of AI, reduces the learning curve significantly because something
Yes.
that used to take me a while to animate or edit takes AI 2 seconds to do, and all it needed was one image or two images at most
Oh,
and a
yeah, even in
prompt.
the past year, how much easier it's
Yes.
gotten is cra
So
and I'll vouch
editing,
for you. Did
yes.
your I did the one because the wheel, the ay, 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 the one where your phone is against it looks like your
Yes.
phone screen's against the wall and you're scrolling. Let me tell you, she really did it. I think I'm pretty tech savvy, but I hate detailed things. I'm the person who gets the furniture from IKEA and, like, doesn't read the directions because 'cause I'm like, "Oh, it's just a let me just figure it out," right?
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
you actually did a really, really good job walking people through, like, every little thing they have to do and make it super, super easy. So I'm just gonna give you
Yeah, I
a
really
little
do like, I'll I'll be honest, that is one of my strengths is, like, I can walk someone through an edit. It's very difficult, like, we're on video, and I can't show you screens of, like, how these edits look like, so it's hard to like, think about what these things look like if you're
yeah,
not watching it. However, when you like, in my course specifically, I give practice videos, I give all the effects and all of the things that I'm using to make this video happen, and I'm literally walking you step by step through each and every click. Now, if you don't wanna edit at all, you can hire someone like me or a video editor to do that for you as well. However,
yes,
either you're going like this is what I tell people, either you don't have money and you pay for to learn the skill, or you have money and you pay someone else to do it, right?
right.
There's
It's
no
either
in
time or
between.
money.
Either you're going to learn
Right.
how to do it or you're going to pay someone to do it. So pick your poison. It's not like, do you want your business to die off? Because right now we're in a space in a place where if you're not capturing attention, if you're not utilizing social media, whatever format that looks like, if you're not using short form content specifically to drive traffic to your website, to your listing, to
Email list,
whatever it is,
yeah.
email list, whatever you're trying to capture that person, you are
Yeah.
losing. And there are
Oh, yeah.
younger people that are coming up and they're faster to learn these things and they're going to blow it out of the water. And this is why I tell people like it's not that AI or technology is taking business away or that it's going to kick you out of an industry. It's that you are don't want to accept the fact that you need to either learn this or learn how to pay someone to do
To
this
do
for
it.
you. And
Yes.
then you can crush it all day long.
Yes, and the amount that you can scale on social media, going back to my senior citizen husband, he he's a partner at a life insurance company, right? He's been in sales for 30 years or something like that. Even one of the guys on his team was like, "Man, Buddy is so old school." And I'm like, "I know." So, like, the amount of people you can reach by he takes his team out, they hit up different networking events or they call and stuff like that. The amount of people you can hit doing that is so finite. Obviously there's when you work face to face with the public, there's an element of it that's important to show your face. And just think, like, yesterday he went out with his guys, kind of like prospecting. Maybe they got in front of 50 people, 60 people. What you can do on social media, I posted a video yesterday, I mean, 2 days ago that got in front of 5,000 eyeballs, and that's one of my suckier ones, right?
Yeah. No,
Instagram's been annoying lately. But yeah, the amount you can scale is crazy. I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, think about like exactly. And people think to themselves, oh, my video only got 100 views. Oh, my video only got 500 views. Try doing what you just did in real life and try to get 500 people to listen to what you just said. Like,
Yes.
that's what drives me nuts about this whole like social media thing. And people are like, "Oh, I'm not scared." going viral. The point is not to
That's not
go
the point.
viral. The
Right.
point is to reach your target demographic, your target audience, the people you want to work with, and have them come into your world. If not a piece of content happens to go viral, that's amazing. But I've
Yeah.
had people in my network, in my ecosystem that have gone viral and their whole business, they didn't have a business after that because
Right.
people don't know how to go, like, people go viral either the wrong way or the right way, right?
Yes.
The idea is to have your messaging, your edit, your storytelling, all of the stuff hit a specific group of people that care enough to enter into your world.
Yeah.
After that, you have, like, they're in your email list, they're like watching your listing videos, they're doing all this stuff. So you really need to get away from this mentality of like, oh, this video only reached 100 people. Try speaking to 100 people a day.
Yes,
Try
try doing an open house and getting 100 people in there. And
clients.
plus, if you
Exactly.
post every single day, let's say if you post one video every single day, you only get 100 views. For over the month, that's 3,000,
It's
eyeballs on your
let's just say
stuff.
it's a significantly more amount.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you can still do all the things that you're doing face to face. You can
Yeah.
still have the open houses. You can still do the networking meetings. You can still do all that prospecting stuff. You can still go shake people's hands or knock on doors. All of that stuff works, and social media
Yes. Yeah.
and all that stuff that you're trying to do online, not one or the other. And I think that if we start getting away, like if we start moving away from that, like I'm not hip with that, I don't know how to do this stuff. Cool. If you have money, pay for it. If you don't have the money, learn it
Learn
or
it.
have someone in your group learn
Yeah.
it and then pay them extra a month to
Right.
figure it out. Yeah, to
Like,
do it.
you guys all got a teenager? 'Cause I have a teenage daughter. I pay her. She's my new content assistant. I send her, because I need videos of, I have realtors that are clients where I post their social media. I need videos of different neighborhoods and stuff like that. I'm like, hey, girl, you want, I'm paying her $20 an hour,
For
like,
her, she
she's
thinks
living it
that's
up.
amazing. Like,
Yeah,
that's
she's like,
Sephora money.
yes, I give her a Starbucks and she gets a little money. It's the best. So like there are people around, like I know like stay-at-home moms, a lot, maybe people that are looking for side hustles. Like you said, you either have time to go and film all this stuff or you have the money to pay. But whatever it is, you have to figure out how to get it done. So speaking about getting it done, one question I have before that though, and I'm
Okay.
throwing this off. You say your husband does pressure washing?
Yes.
Does he make those videos? Because speaking of things I stop and watch, where it's like
ASMR.
dirty and then it goes to, oh my God, you need to give me his
Tell
page.
him I tell him, I'm like, those are the videos. People love that stuff, that noise of like the pressure washer getting the
Yes,
dirt off. I'm like, that tickles the brain of
totally.
people and it's amazing. Like,
I will
do
always
more of
watch
that.
a pressure washing and a carpet cleaning video.
Yes,
I'll watch
me
them every
too.
time.
Me too.
Okay. I love that. Okay, good. So tell us about your course, your offer, tell us everything. And then
Yes.
I'm gonna put in the show notes how you guys can get it, but she's gonna talk about all this
Yeah.
because I want you all to go grab it.
So I have a bundle that I'm offering right now, which is both of my signature editing courses. So I have Scroll Stopping Edits, which is the first course that I ever created. And this is going to teach you all the viral effects, like everything that you see on Instagram, all those cool effects of like the phone coming out into the screen or
Yeah.
your hand being super big or like the text, all that stuff is in Scroll Stopping Edits. Then I combined it with my Face Forward Reels course, which is teaching you how to speak to camera. So if you're talking realtor to realtor, if you're trying to do a lot more talking head videos where it's just you on the screen, just like this.
Right.
You want to capture their attention, right? So I teach you how to edit for retention. I have a scripting bot that comes with it to teach you how to actually script these videos. I also show you how to come up on camera confidently. I show you the gear that I use, everything, like all the behind the scenes of what I do to do my talking head videos. Then as a bonus inside this bundle, I also added my 7 AI assistants that basically help you run your whole marketing from content ideas, carousel posts. We didn't even talk about carousel posts. Carousel posts,
Oh, I'm on it. I love it.
marketing, sales pages, all that stuff. Like that comes included with the whole bundle, and it's for the price of one of my courses, which is scroll stopping edit. So you're basically getting everything tied up in a little bow, handed to you on a silver platter, everything that I
Yes.
teach for like less than $300. So
And
it's
I can vouch for it because that one edit, I was actually, I was wondering because I've done like trainings and stuff where I'm showing them how to do something like on my phone, and it's a pain. People don't realize because you gotta like mirror your phone to your
yes,
thing. It's like a whole. So I was just curious, like, how is she actually gonna do this? But I was not just because you're here. I was actually really impressed with how you walk people through it. So I don't care how much experience you have, as long as you know like what Instagram is.
yes,
And then also, let me tell you, Rebecca's a girl's girl. She understands because there was one where you were like, I think it was that same one, but you were talking about another app and you're like, yeah, they charge you week by week, but if you go in here and you do the 7-day trial, you can finish this within the 7 days and you have to pay for it. I was like,
yeah.
that girl's speaking my
No,
language.
no,
So
it's true.
doesn't need to be a huge cost associated with that at all if you're doing it yourself.
No, and a lot of these platforms like CapCut, I pay for CapCut Pro. I teach CapCut specifically because it's the easiest platform to use. You can do your most of your edits in your phone.
Yeah.
I also teach the desktop version as well, specifically in my Face Forward Reels course where I'm doing a lot of more talking head videos. I teach primarily in the desktop version, which again are very easy tools to use. And there's a lot of pre-built, that's what I also wanted to mention. There's a lot of pre-built animations and tools and effects inside these software, specifically CapCut, that helps reduce the time. Like the things that I used to do to animate stuff is like already pre-built in CapCut, and it immediately blows people's minds because they're like, how did they do that? What the
Yes.
heck? And you're like, oh, I just pressed the button and added it to the timeline. It's not
Yes.
that big of a deal.
CapCut has really like, I mean, they were already like the premier editing, but they've really stepped up their game.
Yes.
Even the templates
Yes, the
are
templates
good.
are
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
And I tell people, I'm like, you don't have to like reinvent the wheel. Like, stop trying to reinvent the wheel. Simple, like the most I do are like these simple keyframe effects. Like I said before, I love text effects because you're like tickling their brain of like, I'm so used to seeing text just placed on screen. It's not supposed to move. Why is it
Right.
moving? Why did it go from one side to the other? Why did like then I teach people like how to have text reveal behind you, how to appear, and all of these stuff. Even if your video is, this is the last thing I want to say,
No, I
even if
love it.
your video, let's say, is not even that edited ac- across like the rest of the video, if you appear on screen or the text comes behind you while you're walking inside the house or you're walking through the text to go into the house on your tour, that already got my brain
That
thinking like,
alone.
"How the heck did she walk through that text? Now
Yeah.
I gotta see it," you know? So, you don't have to add effects throughout your whole video to get them to watch. You want them to get in that first 3 seconds. Like, I want to really drill that down to your audience, like, you need to capture their attention in the first 3 seconds. Whatever the hell you do after that, like, I'll teach you
Yes.
how to do that stuff, like, I'll teach
Yeah.
more of that in the courses,
Yeah.
but whatever you do, I don't freaking care at that point because you already got
You've
the
caught
person
them.
in. Yeah.
Yes. And one other thing to add to that is that like you've been doing a series, right? So I'm
Mhm.
always telling, I think Instagram is like favoring series lately. But one thing you do good, and I know that I've seen people do this on TikTok, is you almost start with like the same entry. Like I've seen you like hop into the room and then
Yeah.
somehow you magically, it reminds me, you're too young for this, but do you remember Bewitched? The witch would
Yes!
be like this.
That's
Yes.
what I
Okay.
did That's why I
Yes.
did.
Okay, duh.
Yeah,
So
I was
you
like,
do
"Girl,
that
I
thing.
gotta get my references in."
Yes. Well, you jump, you make the coffee. So it's like every video starts so automatically too. That grabs the brain because they almost like they know what to, it's like it's just branding, right? So it's
Yes.
like they're automatic, like their brain tells them instantly, this is that girl Rebecca. You
Mhm.
know, she's a scroll stopping edits girl, and I'm gonna
That's so
watch.
that's so funny that you say that too, because what I struggle with, and like full transparency, and
Yeah,
like I mentioned before, I have ADHD. So like I
yeah.
want to
Don't we all?
I always say, don't reinvent the wheel. And I'm sitting here like, I gotta try this new thing. But
Yeah.
the reason why I am very open to trying new things is because I not only want to learn it, but two, I want to teach it. Right. So, like,
Yes.
if I try something new, if I'm trying different things, I can then share my learnings with my students, right? So that's how I
Yes.
think about it, because sometimes they always say, have a signature series where you are in the same spot, it's the same thing. And I'm like, I want to strangle myself because
I know.
I have ADHD and I
I
can't be
know.
doing the same thing.
That's why I work like in random. My husband will always be like, how do you work at like the table and then you're on the sofa and then you're in the thing and you have a desk upstairs? I'm like, I can't sit in
Just
one
need to
spot.
move. I
I
just
need to
need.
move
And
around.
it's so funny that you say that, because now I'm like, man, I really need to like go back to that vlog style where I'm like doing these like my day in the lives like that. And another thing too
Yeah.
that I just want to say to your audience too is like one thing that really changed the way my community and my audience sees me is through storytelling, and actually like peeling back the layer, like the veil around like social media and all this stuff. Like if you watch my series, Sarah's gonna link my Instagram down below. If you watch
Yeah.
my series, like I'm raw. Like it is not
Yeah.
like it is still highly edited, because I can't
Yeah.
not do highly edited, but it's
But
not,
the
it's
content
like your,
itself.
yes, the content itself
Yeah.
is like me in the raw state of like how I'm feeling that day. And
Yeah.
so it's something that I'm learning to step into, because, like I said, I hide behind my edits. I hide behind all this stuff because that to me is safe. So if you're a realtor and like you're trying to get like new clients, right? Start sharing more. Like you want to build that personal brand. Like it's not so
Yeah.
much all about the listing videos and like the thing. Like you gotta speak to who you sell to, or who people, how, like the people that are gravitating to you, right?
So are you.
Speak
Yeah.
to them. You are very like raw, real, down to earth, blah, blah, blah. That's probably how your clients come to you, right? Or they
Right.
like you because
Right.
you're like, I'm not gonna
Like,
sugarcoat it.
you're so honest. Yeah, I'm like, oh my god, my boobs are sagging and my cellulite, whatever. And they're like, certain people love it. Now I tell people too, like certain people don't. Maybe they don't like my accent. You know, I say coffee and I live in North Carolina, but but the people. And when I was practicing real estate, and my audience is probably sick of hearing me talk about this, but like at first I was trying to be like the professional or something, and I was like, oh my god, forget it. We're gonna talk about where's the good coffee here, where's the good pizza, how it's crazy that we park for free everywhere here, like
Yeah,
things like that. And that's why it's like, yes, it repels some people, but it also does really well attracting people. And you want that smaller group of people that you attract strongly rather than this random group of people that probably aren't going to work with you
exactly.
anyway. Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
one. So where are you from originally?
Queens, New York.
I lived in Astoria.
Oh
Okay.
my God. Okay. I
Yeah.
went to school in Long Island City my entire
Okay.
life, but I
Okay,
lived on the
let me
Brooklyn
tell you
side of Queens.
something. I have a serious ideas for you. I want you to be
Please tell
like,
me.
I'm gonna be like ex New Yorker, move to wherever you are in North
Charlotte.
Carolina, the
Yeah.
Carolina, and you're like trying to figure out how you're like free parking. What the is this? Be like, look, this is, or
Yes.
like sharing the differences between New York and like a lot of people are trying to move from New York or Jersey or
See
the
here.
Northeast down to the Carolinas,
Yes.
or like even Tennessee, and you're just like, what the hell is Southern hospitality? I'm just trying to figure out what the like heck's going on.
It's
So like
so weird. Yeah.
but what I'm saying is like people like I automatically was drawn to you. My husband's from New York, my husband's from Harlem, right? So like
Yeah, yeah.
automatically like we vibed because I
Yes.
like who you are, like your
Right.
personality. And
Right.
that's who you really are trying to attract. You're not I don't care if so and so it has like polished like video, she lives in Newport. Like if that's not your lifestyle, stop trying to chase that thing. Do
Yes. Be you.
because your clients will see right through that. Like you're not
Right.
what? Like what is this weirdo doing,
Yes.
Just be yourself.
And it's easier to just be you. It's much easier for me to say, "Yo, girl, I found this on sale." Or my husband always says, if someone says I have a nice shirt, I'm like, "I got it for $3." It's
Yeah,
easier to
exactly.
be me than to be another person. And then the people that you attract that are working with you, like we vibe. If I have a random person that follows me, and I've had people on the podcast where it's like pulling teeth because I'm like, you know what I mean? So like
Yes, I
where the
know what you mean.
conversation doesn't come that easy and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah. Oh my gosh, I love it. We could have like a whole 10-part
I can
podcast
read like
series
a 2
on
hour.
our own. Yes, I love it. Okay, so Rebecca, you can connect with Rebecca. I follow her on Instagram at It's Rebecca Barrett with 2 R's and 2 T's. I'm gonna link it below, obviously. And on TikTok, she's at It's Rebecca Barrett 14.
Yeah.
But I'll put everything in the show notes. The link to her course is in there. I'm serious. Go and grab it. If you really want to like get into 2026 growing, I already know, you guys know real estate is slow. So you can do your downtime right now, learning all these edits, and then start implementing, that. And really the slow time is the time that you want to like build up stuff, because real estate's not always going to be this slow.
Yes, and I wanna say too on that is that if you do decide when you decide to grab the course, you also
Yeah.
get 60% commissions, and Sarah was like,
Yes.
"Absolutely not, absolutely not."
I was like,
Yes,
take your money back.
60% commission
Yes.
on every single sale. So you start implementing these fun effects in your videos, and then other realtors are like, "Wait, how the heck did you do that?" And you're like, "Oh, I took this course," and now you make
Yes.
60%.
Passive
So
income, baby. Yes.
I'm just saying, like,
Listen, it's like Christmas
a win is
morning
a
over
win.
here. Yes, it's freaking Christmas. She sent me a thing like, here's the affiliate link. And I'm like, girl, you better change that right now to 30%. And she would not change it. So
No,
while
no.
she's feeling gracious, go ahead. Because all you really have to do is share with a couple of people. Then you've gotten it for free anyway.
Yeah,
But even
basically.
aside from that, it's well worth the money. So I'm so happy you decided to come on. I'm so excited. So excited to see you succeed. Let's do not hot takes. What's it called? Rapid fire questions. Okay.
Okay.
Beach or mountains?
Beach all the time.
All day. Mountains freak me out. Okay.
Yeah, the Appalachian people freak me out, sorry.
Anything woodsy and naturey is like, whoa, freaks me out. Okay. A podcast or Netflix?
Podcasts
All day.
all day.
Regular books, paper books, or ebooks?
None, I don't read. Zero.
Tell you,
None.
I fancy myself a smart person, but it's so hard for me to sit down and read.
Zero
Again,
books.
ADD. Yeah, I got it. Oh my gosh. Well, I am so happy to have you on here. Perfect timing because this baby just started crying in the corner.
Aw.
Thanks so much. Go and grab Rebecca's course. Follow her. I'm telling you, she has a lot of cool stuff. You get a lot of good ideas. And I'll talk to you soon.
I appreciate it. Thank you for
Bye,
having me.
girl.
Bye.
I'll see you soon. Bye. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of Real Estate Coffee Talk. If you enjoyed it, please take a moment to subscribe and leave us a review. It really helps. If you'd like to be featured on the show, you can get that information right in the show notes. Be sure to tune in next week for another new episode. And until then, keep your dreams big and your mugs full. See you next week.